A new leak is giving us a clearer look at the Galaxy S26 Ultra's hardware and the direction Samsung is taking with its design this year. Recently shared images and a short video from OnLeaks reveal what appear to be dummy units of the Galaxy S26 Ultra. While these units aren't functional, they offer a solid preview of the phone's physical design and overall hardware layout. At first glance, the Ultra's silhouette looks very familiar. The rounded corners and overall shape remain largely unchanged from the Galaxy S25 Ultra. However, the biggest visual difference comes from the camera module. Samsung seems to be adopting a design inspired by the Galaxy Z Fold 7, featuring a raised camera island that houses the three primary lenses above the rest of the rear panel. And from this early look, it's clear that a long-standing design issue may be getting worse. Samsung's decision to position the camera bump toward the far left side has caused noticeable table wobble in recent generations. While this isn't unique to Samsung, the dual-layer camera bump seen on the Galaxy Z Fold 7 made the issue even more pronounced. As humorously highlighted by Droid Life earlier this year, the Fold 7 rocks so much on a flat surface that it almost feels like an old-school telegraph when tapped. Bringing a similar camera structure to the Galaxy S26 Ultra and potentially the rest of the lineup suggests that this wobble could become even more noticeable. The likely reason behind the protruding camera module is Samsung's push toward a thinner chassis this year, leaving less room to house the upgraded camera hardware internally. Recently, Ice Universe has shared fresh information about Samsung's upcoming February Unpacked event. For months, fans were expecting the usual January reveal, but now the wait might finally be over. A new leak has just revealed the exact Unpacked launch date, and it looks like Samsung is quietly changing its flagship strategy with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Samsung is planning to host its Galaxy Unpacked event in San Francisco on February 25, 2026. This marks a major shift from Samsung's recent January launch pattern. Even more interesting, sales are expected to begin in March 2026, nearly a month later than the Galaxy S25, which launched on January 22 earlier this year. But while the launch timeline is changing, consumer excitement doesn't seem to be following the same upward trend. This timeline aligns perfectly with the company's recent launch strategy, making it feel less like a prediction and more like an early confirmation of what's coming next. Ice Universe clarified that the Galaxy S26 series will once again debut on Samsung's biggest global stage, Galaxy Unpacked, reinforcing that the company is sticking to its proven formula rather than experimenting with major scheduling changes. This suggests Samsung is prioritizing stability and consistency for its next flagship generation, something that often signals a strong focus on refinement rather than rushed innovation. Even though the Galaxy S26 series is still months away, this early timeline confirmation marks the real beginning of the hype cycle. Samsung has officially stepped into a new era of mobile processing, and this time it's not just hype. With the arrival of the Exynos 2600, Samsung is making a bold statement that it is ready to redefine its in-house chipset legacy. This processor isn't being positioned as a minor upgrade, it's being framed as a turning point, a reset moment for Exynos, and a serious contender for next-generation flagship phones.
It's time to express the exceptional. Introducing the Exynos 2600.
According to reliable leaker Anthony, this is Samsung's first smartphone chipset built on a 2nm gate-all-around process. The Exynos 2600 comes with a brand new CPU architecture based on Cortex-C1 cores. Graphics are handled by the new Exynos 960 GPU, which is expected to deliver a noticeable jump in gaming and visual performance compared to earlier Exynos chips. Samsung is also addressing one of Exynos' long-standing weaknesses with the introduction of a heat path block, a new thermal design aimed at reducing overheating and performance throttling. As a result, the Exynos 2600 is said to run up to 16% cooler, making it more reliable during heavy usage like gaming and video recording. On the AI side, the chipset includes a powerful 32K Mac NPU, offering up to 113% faster AI performance compared to the Exynos 2500. It also supports LPDDR5X memory, UFS 4.1 storage, and camera sensors up to 320 megapixels, clearly showing that Samsung is building this chip with future Galaxy flagships in mind. Overall, Samsung is reportedly delivering a 39% CPU boost and a 50% GPU improvement, making the Exynos 2600 look like a serious comeback chip that could power selected models in the Galaxy S26 series. If these claims hold true in real-world usage, Exynos may finally be ready to compete at the top level again. These cores are based on ARM's new Lumex platform, which is designed not just for raw speed, but also for significantly faster AI performance. On the graphics side, Samsung appears to be going all in. The Exynos 2600 reportedly packs an AMD-powered Exynos 960 GPU, codenamed Juno, built on the RDNA architecture and clocked at 985 MHz. It supports modern graphics APIs including OpenGL ES 3.2, OpenCL 3.0, and Vulkan 1.3, making it ready for next-gen mobile gaming and heavy GPU workloads. Earlier reports even suggested that this GPU could outperform Qualcomm's latest Adreno 840, though real-world results may still vary. Shared by Anthony, the new Geekbench results show the Exynos 2600 hitting a massive 3455 in single-core and 11621 in multi-core performance, instantly putting it into true flagship territory. But the real surprise is that this chip is doing all of this while reportedly running 30% cooler than the Exynos 2500, which is a huge breakthrough for Samsung's long-criticized thermal efficiency. Samsung might have just unlocked the most stunning Galaxy S26 Ultra moment yet, and it comes in colors that are already breaking the internet. Today we finally have our clearest look at Samsung's 2026 flagship in not one, but 4 premium finishes. And yes, the new purple shade is absolutely stealing the show. This entire leak comes from Anthony, one of the most reliable voices when it comes to early color palettes. And according to him, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to arrive in white, silver, black, and purple, a lineup that looks way more refined compared to last year. When you look closely at these renders, the design immediately hits different. The white and silver options bring that clean, ultra-minimal vibe Samsung is known for, while black gives the phone that stealth flagship feel. And then comes the purple, the one everyone is talking about. Anthony shared an individual preview earlier showcasing a deep, matte violet tone with a very premium finish, and honestly, it fits the S26 Ultra design perfectly. The camera rings pop out beautifully, the back looks more uniform and modern, and the entire device simply feels like a luxury model built to stand out. Now, of course, these are early color representations and not official confirmations from Samsung, but when someone like Anthony shares a lineup like this, it usually points toward real internal testing. Samsung is clearly going for a more curated and iconic palette for 2026, fewer colors but stronger visual identity. And if purple ends up being the hero color of the S26 Ultra, this might be the most photogenic Samsung flagship we've seen in years. Samsung has accidentally given us an early look at the entire Galaxy S26 lineup, thanks to a surprising reveal inside its own One UI 8.5 software. The internal build includes images that clearly show the Galaxy S26, Galaxy S26 Plus, and the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Inside the update, 3 codenames appear: M1, M2, and M3. According to reports, M1 and M2 represent the Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus, while M3 corresponds to the Galaxy S26 Ultra. This aligns perfectly with what reliable leakers have been reporting for months. The Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus feature a triple camera setup, arranged vertically inside a compact camera island. The overall design is simple, modern, and very much in line with Samsung's recent aesthetic. It also closely matches the early renders shared by well-known leaker OnLeaks. Meanwhile, the Galaxy S26 Ultra stands out with a larger, more defined camera island. It includes 3 primary cameras stacked vertically, accompanied by 2 additional sensors on the side. This layout fully supports earlier leaks and makes it clear that Samsung is sticking to the iconic Ultra design language.